face-saving measures, and sometimes those face-saving measures can be as costly and time-consuming and wasteful as what you wanted to do in the first place. And I'm glad about that. Let me say that last time I was here, I talked about the city getting involved with helicopters. What I didn't get a chance to say is that the issue about helicopters being useful for emergencies was also brought up at the time. And there was some expectation at the time that the port and the county would be involved in supporting that emergency operation. It never happened. Yeah. Never happened. The port never stepped up to pay its fair share. When Henry Garden, I have Michelle for some extra time.
I got you.
And Michelle. And was there a person over here?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So the helicopters were sold on this basis of also being successful in helping to reduce crime, which they didn't. When I was a council member and questioned the helicopters, they gave me a ride on the helicopter, and the helicopter pilot went around and buzzed the ladies on San Pablo Avenue as if that was a proper thing to be doing with a helicopter. You can't arrest anybody from a helicopter. So and the city was stuck with those cars, even though they were subsidized. So now we have this question about emergencies for this DAC center, and it's not going to work. It's not going to work because if we look very deeply at the issues concerning the city's emergency response, we immediately come up against the fact that most of our emergency responders don't live in Oakland. And whatever you can see from the DAC and those cameras, you're not going to have the manpower to respond. This city has decided that what we needed to do was to increase the core program and help our residents to be able to sustain themselves in an emergency. Let's do that in the rather than these colorful cameras and other kinds of things that don't get to the real issues about emergencies. Finally, let me say that, all too often during a political process, when we get to this point where something's being questioned, we slow it down and we send it to a committee. So when we're talking about sending all these financial questions to the committee, I'm suspicious that that's more about cooling things down and an act of things cool down.
My comment is just say no to this. I'm glad that Councilmember Brooks is finally bringing some sanity to the conversation. I hate to say this, is not being candid with you. If you read the article in East Bay Express, you would have learned that what staff is talking about in terms of the DAC is surveillance of labor activists, occupied protesters, and political activists. Now we're told, well, it's in case a plane crashes at the airport. Let me suggest you get a red phone at the police department. And if a plane crashes at the airport, someone picks up the phone, gets on the red line and says, a plane crashed at the airport. There is a history, and this is why I'm really surprised by many of you, given your backgrounds and intelligence. When the government spies on people, it uses the information against them. You can go all the way back to World War II, McCarthyism, COINTELPRO to attack the Pentagon. If you approve this project, the information from the license plate spotters, the photographs, social media, right? Social media spying is in this report. It all goes to the DAC, which goes to the Fusion Center, which goes to the FBI, which goes to the NSA. 60% of the people in the United States are opposed to the NSA spying on us. They're opposed. In Oakland, are 80%. You do not want to do this. This is not for Oakland. Let them do it in Oklahoma City. This is say no. If the police want to spy on each other and have better communications so they can move police cars from here to there, that's fine. But frankly, I do not want my whereabouts traced when I leave this council meeting and visit someone late at night or stop at the liquor store and pick up a bottle of wine or whatever it may be. And that's what the system is about. Just say no. Thank you.
I am unalterably opposed to even